BLPA Big Show. Hockey, sports, life for the adult athlete. Powered by the Beer League Players Association. Follow us at the BLPA.
Everybody, just follow.
Keep connected with us. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You dig that?
Follow
on every social media outlet. And make sure you follow the crew on Twitter. Nick at Nicker Jones. Jason at Beer League Jason. And Jillian at BLPA Jillian. Let's get it.
Welcome to the greatest hockey show in the world. Good week, everybody. Hey, I just want to let you know it's snowing and cold as fuck in Calgary right now. And you're probably going to hear some noise maybe banging around. I don't know. We found out like our big window had like a big gap in between that and the frame. So they're in there replacing window in the bedroom. So they got windows out. It's fucking free. Like it's probably, I don't know, -5 right now in Calgary. Cold as fuck, which that's probably 20.
I went outside today here in Nashville where it's also cold as fuck. But I just looked and it's 48 degrees. But that was cold as fuck.
Nashville cold. That's Nashville cold for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is cold right now and it's even freezing in my house. But I don't know if you guys know this. I want to show this to you.
It's a handsome beer leaguer.
Yeah, I'm a beer league champion. I don't even know if you guys can tell, but I have a specific model with this. It's almost like Jason. Yeah, it's almost like Jason.
Guy.
Yeah, it's almost like Jason right there. But not much going on in BLPA world this week. Like it's nice to have a break.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but I also want to fucking play because I didn't get to play in Tahoe.
Okay.
I don't really have a team in Calgary because I'm never here. So what's the point of paying $1 bazillion to play? And so it's just been a little slow week, but we do got shit on top of our mind. Shout out Jillian. She's not coming this week. My biggest fan, her mom, is in town. So they're doing that stuff. And Anna's in town as well. That's her sister, who's cooler than Jillian, but don't tell Jillian I said that. But nonetheless. Jason, what's going on with you, really?
Not a whole lot, man. Been working quite a bit. I have been playing hockey. I joined 2 teams for the winter session or fall. I don't know. I think this might be fall session. So I have been playing hockey, probably in the wrong division. I'm playing in the D division. And I think I've had close to a hat trick every game. So
you're so good, bud. You're so good. You're that guy.
But no, here's the thing, though. I can't do anything else in hockey. Scoring is it. Like, I can't pass.
You're
can't
like
carry the puck.
Well, I guess
I don't play defense. I don't back check. I don't forecheck. All I do is score. And the rest of the time I'm out there, I'm completely ineffective. So I don't think I'm the prototypical ringer, which is the guy who can control the game, right? I don't do any of that. I just, I pot in a couple
score,
of goals.
but like, yeah, okay. Can you do me a huge solid? I don't know how your webcam. Can you like just adjust your webcam down a little bit so your face is a little higher up? Just for like our there we go, like our TikTok videos. Okay. Like I got some guy doing that. But Okay, that's fair. I mean, listen, I think you're a ringer. In my heart of hearts, you're a ringer in life to me.
Thanks,
All
buddy.
right, that's how I feel about you. So you missed gaming night.
I did.
We had a stream. We were murking.
I got the text, but I was already in bed. So
I was late.
I didn't wanna crush your feelings and say no, so I just ignored you completely.
Okay. Well, like, do you think you're gonna get on maybe this weekend? We try it again, or you know?
I am so bad at gaming, and here's the deal, just
But people were
100%
making
honesty.
fun of me. They were literally laughing. They're like, watching Nick stream is hilarious because like I'm horrible. Look, here's my dot here when I'm going to fire. Look, I got it on my head here, and when I go to fire, that's what it looks like. It's insane. I'm like, why? Like, why does I just move my thumb like a fraction and the whole shit like jumps over the whole fucking screen? I don't understand it. That these kids, I don't know, they have special thumbs, I guess.
The other part is I don't have kids this weekend in my house. They're at their grandparents' house, and they're there until Thanksgiving. Um, so we'll see.
Oh, oh, okay.
I'm just not gonna promise anything.
Okay, no, I get it. You're gonna do some adult things. I like that.
Yeah,
No.
adult as in, like,
Shout out Kate.
sleep
Oh,
sleep and, eat dinner, like, quietly.
I listen because I'm in Canada. I forget that next week is Thanksgiving weekend.
Yep.
But then I got a notification that popped up on my phone that my wife put it in. She's taking me to dinner with another American family from Cooper's school.
Okay.
There's this. It's called Hayden Block, and I've eaten it for the last 5 or 6 years. They make this Thanksgiving meal for us Americans. Whoa, fire! Like smoked turkey. Oh, it's so good.
Is there a fi do you guys have Firehouse subs in Canada?
No, no Firehouse subs, man.
Firehouse has a new Thanksgiving sub, and it's got, like, all the shit you would eat at Thanksgiving, but on a sub, right? So, like, the cranberry, the turkey, the stuffing, the mashed potato, like, it's all and I wanna try it really bad. Like,
You
maybe
should do it.
my Thanksgiving dinner.
Hey, can you actually order it tonight? Take pictures of it and a video of yourself eating it and reviewing it. That would be some good
Absolutely.
content. That would be some good content.
Okay, I can do
You know
that.
you know,
I'm actually home alone tonight. I got
perfect,
no one in the house. I'm all by myself.
perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So, before we get going too much into this, because like I said, we have some hockey horror stories. I also want to talk about we're gonna bring in a new segment. I know Cooper's doing his top fives, but he didn't get me his video in time, and I told him, son, this is show business. You don't get hit deadlines, you're cut from the show, and he's upset about it today. But he didn't make the time. So, I said, listen, I'm not your dad. I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm not going to hold your hand.
You're a man. You're almost 40.
Yeah. I was like, you're a man. You're 7, And so he didn't get it in. But I thought, we should start making our top 5 lists. So this week, listeners that are listening to us, I want you to chime in as well. Top 5 sticks of all time. But obviously, personal preference, but we'll talk about our top 5 sticks of all times. But I want to shout out this other group. Listen, I love people that do hockey things, especially people that just kind of, they have an idea, they try to put it into play, and they try to make it work, and they try to build stuff around hockey. And there's this group called the Hometown Heroes Hockey. I met them just through they have their own Discord channel, and they're in the group, and they just kind of reached out and blah, blah, blah. We got chatting, and a lot of them now are going to come to Boston as first timers. But they have this big group, and they're up in the Northeast area. Forgive me, I don't know exactly the rinks that they play at, but I'm on their channel here called it's Hometown Heroes, and they just have like a fill-in list. They're playing games with each other. They're looking for people. They're just doing cool hockey shit, and that's what I'm about, is doing cool hockey shit. So big ass shout out to those guys. If you're in the Northeast area, hit me up. I'll in the YouTube description for this, I'll put some more information in them in the thing. So if you're listening to this, you're like, hey, that sounds cool. I'm in the Northeast. I'd like to see that. Yeah, you guys can check them out. So big shout out to them. Second shout out. Shout out Michael Cosentino and the whole Cosentino family. I don't think they're Patreonists anymore, but he reached out and said, sell me on Iceland. I got to get rid of this Dex or this airline credit I have from last time. Right. So shout out.
I forgot that, the Cos was supposed to go with us to,
He was supposed to go the second time.
yeah.
So you could, cause I think he signed up the time that you and Frank signed up and bailed. because COVID.
COVID. I
Yeah.
mean, we didn't bail, but
Yeah,
like,
but I want to make you guys look bad. You guys
Okay.
are monsters.
okay.
You guys bailed on the first one, which is fine. You came to the second one. Frank didn't, but I don't know what
Frank
Frank's
did come to the second one.
Did he?
I stayed with Frank.
Fuck Frank. I don't know. I just wanted to talk shit to Frank too. He's out like building sailboats or something
Crazy
or other,
shit.
right?
Yeah.
You know. Actually, I thought it was his sailboat, and I was gonna say I can't wait to take this off. Some sweet jumps, like I say for all this other stuff. But then when he said it wasn't his, I'm like, well, I can't take that one off any
Yeah,
jumps.
you
So,
can't. Yeah.
But yeah. So shout out those guys. You got anyone you want to shout out?
I don't.
Okay, yeah. Fuck,
Yeah, fuck everybody.
everyone that Jason knows. Fuck them. All right. But I mean, we'll just get going. We'll cover decks since we're here, and there's not a lot of shit to talk about on decks. We're going to Vegas in a couple weeks. That's the next decks, and then we got Philly. Philly's got about 9 spots left for Philly. Are you coming to Philly this one?
I
Are you
think
doing
so.
Philly? Okay,
I think I am.
8 spots left.
Yeah.
For Philly. So that one's gonna be a good one. And then go ahead.
I did book flights, because so here's what always happens. I tell you that I'm going to come to something.
Yep.
And I fully plan on going. And then I try to book my flight a week in advance, and they're $1 billion. And I'm like, hey, I got to back out because I don't have $1 billion for flights. So I went ahead and booked my Philly flights with points now, since it was cheap. So that can't be my excuse for not going to Philly this time. I already have the flights.
Okay. In the meantime, our listener base here chatting with us. If you're just downloading this, you're cool downloading it, but you're ultra cool if you're in watching it live on Facebook or Twitch or YouTube.
Fact.
Shout out to Nick Stash here and Jason's lush hair and beard. I appreciate that because everyone's giving me shit about it, this mustache, and saying I got to shave it off. And I think I'm going to have to shave it off tomorrow.
Why is that?
I know Movember isn't over, but
you want to be a quitter?
No, it's not. Okay, it's not a quitter per se. It's I was interviewed by a local paper here, the Calgary Globe and Mail, just about how the Calgary Flames like have affected your life, right?
Okay.
And basically, like I'm depressed, I'm sad all the time, crying in the shower. But no, it was more of a story about being an Oklahoman, not from Calgary, becoming a Flames fan, because obviously my wife and my family, and coming up here, meeting them, and then turning it from that into BLPA and that kind of stuff. And it's not just a focus on BLPA and that, but just they really like that story. So they're running it alongside with some other people's stories, but they interviewed me and they want to do photos of myself and Tanis in like Flames jerseys. And Tanis basically said,
she's not going to take a picture with you.
Yeah, she said that this is not going to fly in the Globe and Mail, right? Okay. But then I said, like, look at it. Someone just said being a Flames fan is still better than being a Leafs fan. I look like Austin Matthews right now.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, I haven't got to show it on the ice because I haven't got to play.
Right.
But I think that it would help my game. To be
probably,
honest.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Can't hurt.
No, like I would literally, with this mustache, I would go away from the full cage to the back to the visor, just to show this thing off. So,
I mean, that's why people ask me all the time why I haven't converted to full cage, and I'm like, you want to put this in a cage?
Yeah, that's so hard. And I thought about, maybe I can jump like there's like a no shave November for the mustache for Movember, right? There's also no nut November. I failed that really early. This by my own hands. Let's not get it twisted. I'm a married man. But I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I did like a beard month or maybe 2, so I can kind of look like Jason?
I think you should do it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but when would that be? Because I know you're coming to Philly, but I don't think a month is going to make that big of a difference in looking like you. I'm probably going to need really a year to get that.
Okay.
But I think that maybe if you're coming to like a tournament in March,
okay,
maybe I could in January I could just start it and I beard it up.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Omaha in March.
But here's the deal with Omaha. You're doing
going,
Omaha.
Yeah, because you're going to Tampa.
I got to go. And listen, like I set up the Outlaw to where it doesn't have to be me. That's the theory. In theory, it's not as how do I say this without
Involved.
discounting? It's not as involved, right? So you can have locals as your ambassadors, kind of, doing
Sure.
that stuff.
Yep.
And so I'll be there.
But it's the
Uh,
first one.
but it's the first for the first one. You got to go, right?
Yeah.
And I've never got to play in Tampa myself.
I enjoyed it a couple
So,
years ago.
yeah. And I am trying to move it. I don't like. I like having so many tournaments that we got to do on the same weekend, but then I get FOMO of the other one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in Tampa, but I'm FOMO in Omaha, right? So, but speaking of Tampa, we do need players to register. We need to get to 40. We're about 25 right now. So if we could pump it up, you know what I'm saying?
What if someone else did Omaha and I came to Tampa with you? I mean, that's
Cool. I mean, I think that's possible. We might be able to do like a.
I do miss my Omaha friends. I haven't seen them in a few years.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I love them. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I love hanging out with them. I love Reed. I love Rich. I love Jeff. I love all of those guys in Omaha. But first time in 6 years.
Yeah.
That Nikki Kamish is going to make a miss. But so we have a lot of that coming up. We have Savannah. We all know Savannah's a good time.
Yep.
I want to ask the chat.
Are we both going to Savannah then?
Let's go to Savannah, bud.
Yeah.
It's
it's
my birthday.
I'm in for Savannah every year.
Okay, it's my birthday weekend, right? So
yeah.
I'll have a beard. We'll get tattoos.
Yeah, that's what we said last time.
No. Listen, I'm a man of my word now. All right.
Okay. We're gonna do it on Thursday then. You're gonna come down early. We'll go in on Thursday. I'll go early for work.
Okay.
I can work there. And then Thursday we can just get tattoos before.
Let me clear it with Tanis, but I'm a man. I'm 40. I can do what I want. She's probably listening to this. But I'll clear that with her. And that does sound like a plan.
Okay.
So lots of Dexes. And then with the bash, our first Greenville bash is coming. Are you coming to Greenville too?
I haven't been invited to a team yet. So, if you're a team in that's going to Greenville and you are playing in the lowest division and you want someone to score a couple of goals, that's me.
Didn't you play in the upper division last time?
I did. And I did not belong.
But you also reffed. But you also, your legs, you had bad legs.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I think I reffed 12 games and then tried to play the tournament as well. It's a lot of skating in a couple of days.
Gotcha. Content Girl Brooklyn. And if someone says Savannah?
Yeah. I mean, I think Brooklyn should also come.
Yeah. I mean, Brooklyn. And then, here's one that I'm taking advantage of now. Alaska, it is on the docket. Alaska's happening, and I wanted to bring that up when you were talking about flight prices. Holy fuck, bud.
I bet.
$2,000 to fly to Alaska in between Christmas and New Year's. Fuck. But I got to do it, right?
Yeah.
If they get the people, I got to do it if they get the people.
That's right.
But the new tournament that we're bringing it back, actually. We didn't do it last year. Lake Louise, Alberta.
Okay.
Just imagine yourself surrounded by the beauty, the awesomeness of the Canadian Rocky Mountains in an outdoor rink that is covered. So even if the weather's shitty, you're still good. Right outside that rink is a nice little fucking. Can you hear that beeping?
I can, yeah.
Our fucking Twitch is fucking going off here. Let's fucking close that so I don't have to hear that. We got a big ass fire pit, big ass fucking. God, what the fuck is that noise? Oh, that's actually not Twitch. That's Discord. Let me shut this Discord off here. Fuck you, Discord. All right, it's probably gonna go off again because I don't know how to close things. But it's gonna be insane. But like Lake Louise, fuck. And
when is that?
That's going to be the weekend before Omaha, so like February 20th. So the weekend after Savannah. It puts you in a tough predicament because you're also a man. You're close to 40, and you got real work stuff to do. So you can't just be,
can't be gallivanting around.
I mean, you could, but it's just, it's probably not the smartest in your life. Right. So, but other than that, man, the bash in Greenville, and then we got a new one coming in Jacksonville, Florida, first weekend of April.
I love Jacksonville. It's a great,
I've never been to Jacksonville, but I like the beach.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, one of those things. And then it just goes into our April tournaments, Burlington, Vermont, Philly, and then Columbus, big boy, big baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Big BLPA group in Columbus.
Big BLPA group. So, hot take: the weather in Tampa will be much better than Omaha in March. Of course, that's why the first, like, what was it? The first year when we did Tampa, I'm like, does anyone want to go to Omaha? And I'll go to Tampa. And everyone was like, no, I'm going to Tampa. I'm like, fuck, okay. I mean, and I say fuck like I'm disappointed. I still had fun in Omaha. Let's not get that twisted, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy said I look better than fucking Austin Matthews.
Well, there you go.
You know what I'm saying?
It's gotta be
yeah,
true.
hell yeah. If it's on the internet, it's true.
Yeah,
You know.
that's right. I did do Tampa the first year, and I do remember bragging to you about the weather because the weather was quite a bit different.
Yeah, it was shit in Omaha, but you know, hey, inside a hockey rink, it's all the same temperature for the most part. You know,
That's true.
everyone that's here, everyone that's listening, go follow our Twitch, twitch.tv/theblpa. And here's why: we got a new thing we're doing. We're just streaming beer league games, just random beer league games. I go in the group and I say, hey, who has a beer league game tonight and has live barn? And then we watch you and we talk about you. Maybe we make fun of you. Maybe we chirp you. Maybe we talk about how good you are. But the key is we're doing it all together.
That's right.
Right. And so I think this can be a thing. I think it could be like maybe a once or twice a week thing. And we can do it. And I think we could even set up something like we can watch Jeff Peck and we can chirp Jeff Peck. But I can also force him to take his cell phone on the bench and I'll call him like in between shifts or periods and we'll get some info and we can put that all into the stream. And what I'm trying to set up, this is the overall vision, is to be able to live stream all of our Dex games and have the community there. And we'll do it through Twitch. And because you can do live chatting back and forth, you know, I think that'd be cool.
Listen, I have some games Sunday night. If you wanna do something similar, I'll bring my phone on the bench and I'll absolutely chat with you guys between shifts.
Do you think you could bring your phone on the bench? Oh, I wonder if you could set it up to where you have like an earpiece and it's always
AirPods.
On. Yeah, you can AirPod and I'll just call you and we'll literally leave you as you're skating. The only problem is I don't know how that. I'm not sure how it translates into like the live bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, is the live bar going to be delayed? And then, but it's still funny. It's still funny, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
if it's delayed, it'd be even funnier because then you'll hear what I'm talking about, and then you'll get to see it.
Then you'll see it.
I'll be like, hey, just wait 10 seconds and wait till you see this pass I just made.
And what did you say? That's Sunday night?
Yeah, Sunday night. I have 2 games actually. So
what about reffing games too?
I have those as well on Sunday night.
Oh fuck! Sunday night is beer league night in America, baby. Let's go.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe we can get like Carrie Underwood to sing us a song.
Here's the thing though. I think I'm gonna have to go. Maybe I'll go find. So I've worn AirPods on the ice before. Like we have what's called stick and puck, which is just like you skate around and can shoot around kind of thing. And so I would bring my AirPods and listen to music, and I'm just out there kind of working. Yeah. The problem is one time I lost one of them. And finding an AirPod on an ice surface that's also white is not a good time. That's so tough. Maybe I'll find like some cheap like black ones, right, or something with color. So that way, if I do lose one, it'll be easy to find.
Be able to see, or just put like a green tape around.
You know what I have? My dad gave me these weird ones that go all the way around your head.
Oh, that'll work.
And I'll just wear those.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that'll work. This will be hilarious. Oh fuck yeah, it's gonna be awesome. But also, if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, your camera's like found something else. I feel like we're in a music video.
It's because my legs. I have ADD, so I'm twitching my legs and they're touching the desk.
If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to us on Twitch for free.
Yeah.
You have to do it every month though. Like you have to go on and hit resubscribe. And it sends us $2. Like if you don't do it, Amazon just keeps the $2. Amazon doesn't need $2.
We need your $2.
We do. Yeah. We need the $2. And it's like I said, it's going to make content. It's going to get Jason on the show more often. Maybe we do 2 or 3 shows a week. I don't know. I think next week we're gonna have our guest Scott Darling on.
Let's go.
That'll be cool. But anyway, into what we want to talk about today. Just a couple things because Jason has a hard stop at 55. That's 26 minutes from now. Hockey horror stories, or do we want to go into our top 5?
Let's do hockey. You know what? Let's do top 5 first.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. I don't even know what stick I'm using, and I have been using for the last 5 years. I don't even know.
You don't even know what stick. Okay, so you don't have a favorite stick per se.
Yeah, because nothing can make me better at hockey. There's no $400 stick that will make me better. One time I forgot my sticks, and this guy was like, "I got this old wooden one that I use as a backup. You want to use it?" And I scored a goal with it. So clearly, it doesn't matter what stick I use. I'm just always bad at hockey.
But don't you don't you have like a stick that like feels better in your hands or like just makes you feel good about yourself or
So when I first started playing hockey, I bought an Easton stick. They don't make Easton sticks anymore.
no, they do not.
And I think the curve was like someone that wasn't that popular of a player. When they stopped making the Easton stick, they stopped making that curve. So I had to do some Googling. And the one that I found that was closest to it was a Joe Pavelski curve. So I went on Pro Stock Hockey and bought like 8 Joe Pavelski sticks, and that's what I use every game. And I'll probably use, I have like 5 extras, so I'll use them forever.
Better break them. Okay, that's fair. I mean, I just obviously most people know my skill at hockey out of this fucking world. Is
Yeah.
what it is
Yeah.
On the bench, and but I still have like sticks that I just like that feel better in my hand. Like for example, I don't like the sticky stuff,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the grip. I get a stick like that. I'll sandpaper I mean, I'm just they're fucking sandpapering that motherfucker until it feels good, until it shoots. You know what I'm saying? Until it shoots.
Usually what I do too. Yeah.
Just right there. But I mean, there are sticks that I've had throughout my illustrious beer league career that I'm like, that was my favorite stick. It sucks, and so I'll give you my top 5.
Okay.
All right.
You give me your top 5.
Okay. Top 5. Coming in at number 5, and 5 is if lowest. Number 1 obviously is the best. Top 5 is there used to be a company called Base, and they would make custom hockey sticks for you. And like you would go in and they had like this super slow-mo camera that would like break down like your shot and your stride. And they'd just be in there popping in different curves and shafts and doing all sorts of different shit. And then breaking down your shot on this ultra high def slow. And I did it and they were just like, nothing really changes. But no, so I got with it. It was called the Savoy Special, Base Savoy Special, and I loved it, right? And I remember like even like when Base moved on to some different stuff. I don't even think Base is around anymore. But it was a couple NHLers that were like Vancouver Canucks. But anyway, they said, "Oh, we have enough material to make some more of these Savoy Specials, but no graphics, no nothing. How many do you want?" And I bought like 8 of them. And I had them for a while, but now no more, right? No more.
Did you break them? What happened?
Just broke them. A couple flights
okay.
took them out before. And just like, it's not so much breaking the stick, but the blade. Like
Okay.
if the blade gets chewed up.
How many sticks do you think you've broken on ice?
Like from like
Ever.
shooting?
Yeah. I mean, Joe, just in general.
Just on ice? 2?
Yeah. I've
Maybe
broken 1.
You want to know how I broke my first one?
How?
We were playing this team of French Canadian fucks like that Pierre last week. I don't even remember what they were named, but they were every single one of them were French. And listen, I like some of the guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're French Canadian, but it's just, it was a team like when you go on NHL and you see like those teams that are made up and they're chirping you all in French and they have like the tinted colored visors and all they care about is scoring as many goals as possible.
I can get down with that.
That was their team,
Okay.
right? It was their team. And a couple of them were fucking dicks, right? And here I am, division 8 out of 13, right? That's not high. It's mid-level hockey, but these guys the leading scorer on their team also led Division 1 in scoring.
Okay.
All right. And so, we had like country bumpkin Alberta boys from the bush that could skate, that could play.
Sure.
Like we weren't a bad I was the worst player on the team, obviously. But we get into it every time we get into it with these guys, boys, right? And they're just fucking blah blah yelling. And I'm standing there just in a scrum, right? And and I got my stick and the guy's laying on my stick. Like he's around the goalie and he's kind of like laying on my stick and everyone's chirping bullshit. And he looks at me and he goes, "Fuck you." And he rolls over and goes and breaks my stick in half. And I'm just standing there like, what the fuck? Like this is the first stick I've ever broken in my life. And I was just standing here minding my own business. Like I wasn't in the scuffle, right? I was on the ice at the time, so I was just kind of standing there like, oh, what shit's
Right.
gonna go?
Yeah.
What am I gonna do, right?
Right.
And that's how I broke my first stick. And then there was a couple times where just one time a puck, I deflected a puck, but it broke my shaft. Like it broke right where it connected. It just broke in half, and I was like, what the fuck, like.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I've only ever broken one, and I was going around the net, and I tried to cut back in front of the net real fast to trick the goaltender, and I got the stick caught between the net and my chest, and it just snapped. It hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I've impaled myself so. There was like a 3-on-3 rink. It was indoors, and I was skating around the fucking boards, and I did the same thing, right? But I was and I tried to get the puck out, and it went in between that and the boards, but I kept going forward, and it basically like pole vaulted me, and I literally had a bruise. Like it was fucking huge. That's probably the most painful thing that's ever happened to me in hockey, to be honest with you.
Yep. That's the only way I've ever broken a stick. So,
oh boy. Okay, so base was my number 5.
Okay.
Number 4 is the one I'm using right now. It's a Hyperlight by Bauer. It's one of the newer sticks, but it's super fucking light and super, just nice, right? Just nice. Okay. Number 3, Easton S17.
Okay.
All right. This is the one that broke when a puck hit it, as I deflected it. But to be fair, I found it in a trash can.
Okay.
But I played with it for like 3 months and it was perfect. Awesome. And so it might've already had some integral issues with it. Right. So number 2, it was a Bauer XXXX. Okay. Dressed as an X60 Pro Stock from Oceanic Remiscu or whatever it is.
Or 4X is better than 3.
I think so. I think that that's what I would say. Yeah. Right. And it was just, that was the perfect stick for me. Right. And that was my first Pro Stock stick. I didn't know, I thought, oh, this is just an X60. That was the big stick at the time, but it was really an XXXX.
Okay.
Which would be X40 if that's how they named them.
Right.
But this was before they went X40, X60, right?
Yeah.
Number 1 stick of all time for me, S19.
That's an Easton as well.
S19. They were so off. They were so off. So light at that time. So light. So I like a low kick point. I like it to be a little whippy there at the bottom because I don't take clappers. Right. I'm not a clapper dude, right? I just like to load up my weight.
Do you not take clappers for the same reason I don't take clappers?
Because I can't?
No, because you don't want people to, when you don't make good connection, you don't want to hear it from the peanut gallery.
Well, yeah, that's basically I can't, right? That's the thing. And there's sometimes where I've wound up on some one-timers. I've gotten the stick above my waist before and came down and fucking, but it's a bomb when I do it. But there's more times than not when I do that, they call me Whiffer Jones at that instead of Nicker Jones, and so when that happens, it's embarrassing, and so I don't know,
Yeah, I'm not a clapper guy either.
Not a big clapper guy. So those are my top 5. I want to hear everyone else's top 5 sticks, and the reason this top 5 sticks came about is because I was at a rink the other night, not playing. I was just taking some photos of people in our merchandise, and someone brought out. It was just there, and I haven't seen this stick since 2010, maybe. It's a Warrior Johnson stick.
Okay.
You ever seen this?
No, but if it's a Johnson, it's got a solid shaft.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, right? It was when Warrior was unhinged, and we could do this shit and make sex jokes without fear of being blacklisted by everyone. Sure. But it looked like 70s porn colors. It was like brown, yellow, that light orange. That was like the color scheme. It was called the Johnson. They had a Warrior franchise gloves that matched. They were called the Strokers.
Okay.
And then they had a bag.
I'm finding both of these things.
Equipment bag called the Sack.
Okay.
You had the Sack, the Johnson, and the Stroker, and I loved them. I loved the color schemes, but I picked up this stick. It literally felt like a big piece of wood, a big fucking just a shaft of wood. That's what it felt like. So
you can buy one. Oh, currently unavailable.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You if you find them, like I looked it up when I came home, and like one of them sold for like 3 years ago, a set of gloves for like $450.
Oh, here's 2 for $99, but they're left-handed.
But anyway, that's that
on the swap. The logo is like very 90s porn.
70s porn, right?
70s porn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
70s porn. And I've only seen the bag like 3 times in my whole life. And so
what's it called?
the sack.
The sack.
Warrior hockey bag, the sack. So yeah, the Johnson, the stroker, the sack. Like that, it's funny. It's hilarious, but you know what? They won't let you do that anymore, or you can't become unhinged. But if they did, I will come out right now and say this, that if they did, I would buy a pair of Warrior gloves.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Maybe I'll get the color scheme and I'll take them to Eagle and be like, can you make these for me?
That's a good idea.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Kelsey, if you're listening, I don't know if you listen, but I am the king of Eagles, so you should be listening to every single thing that I do. You should make me a stroker set. I'm actually, when I get off, I'm going to send her a message and say, this is what I want. Make it happen.
Oh, I found the stroker gloves.
Yeah, the stroker gloves. Oh yeah, bud. Okay, so that's that. So everyone else, I want to hear your shit. I want to hear your shit. And so let us know. All right. Next up, we're going to talk about beer league stories, beer league horror stories. And how this kind of got set up is someone was talking to me about someone they couldn't cut on their team. And they were telling me some of the most ridiculous bullshit that this person did, but they couldn't cut them because they're ice traders, right? Like we call them the real beer leaguers in Canada. And basically they've had ice for their team for years, dating some back to the 60s and 70s. Okay. They've had this ice slot at this rink at this time, and they're a team. And so they go out and they find other teams that have an ice slot and they just start trading around. So they don't play in a league. They just play these basically, some of them have refs, but they just ice trade with other teams. So, hey, Bill, you've got a 8:45 at West Hillhurst every Thursday. I've got one at Scott Siemens 10 at on Tuesdays. Can we trade 1 week? And so it's a big thing. But the only way you can usually get on those teams is if you're invited or if like your family is on it. And so one guy's like, there's this guy and he's the biggest douche ever. He's about 45 years old and he wants to fight every game. Just fight and do shit like try to run people through the boards, and we can't kick him off because his dad was instrumental in getting us this ice time, and his dad's still alive, and so for us, like, we have to keep him, but we can't discipline him.
They're waiting for dude's dad to die so they can
kick him off. Yeah. Isn't that insane? And so I was like, there has to be more stories out there. I mean, I do know that there's not a lot of ice traders outside of Canada anymore per se, but I would imagine there's probably teams that have issues with people. And I want to know about them, not just because I love juicy drama, but I love me some juicy drama. But just because it's just fun to hear. And maybe we can help the problem. Maybe we can bring both of them on. We can maybe fix the problem, or we can kick the guys
off the team.
That would be my dream. If there's one person that you need kicked off, let us do it. Give us one shot.
Yeah.
And listen, I know it's to make content and make people laugh. We'll take it seriously.
Yeah.
We'll be professional, and we'll make sure that they understand that it's them that's the problem and not you. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do here.
I've never been a captain, so I've never had to kick someone off a team, but I have quit teams because of douchebags on them for sure.
Yeah. And that's also a problem because I would imagine that there's so many people that leave teams that are probably good for them, but because they don't want to deal with the drama and I get it. Like, what if you've been on a team a couple of years, this guy's been on the team for 5 or 6 years. I get it. But here's what some of the BLPAs had to say on the Facebook group, Beer League Players Association. If you're not in it, we're nearing 27,000 members. I really want to hit 30,000 in 2025. So go in there, join. Doesn't cost you anything unless you want to toss me and Jason a couple $. Sam said, I want or really should kick the worst player on my team off. He's directly cost us multiple league wins. He scores maybe 1 goal every 12 games, has a couple of assists here and there, takes up a forward spot, claims he can play defense if needed, but is horrible at it, makes boneheaded plays that even his fellow D-leaguers are ashamed of. To top it off, he has absolutely atrocious availability this season. It'd be the final straw if I didn't have a rule that I don't throw people off if it's due to work, kids, or injury. So I have to wait out the season and hope he can't come back this summer. It's me. I'm the problem.
I've never had a problem with someone on a team because they're shitty at hockey. I don't care. Mine's more your attitude and how you act more than your
True.
skill.
Big locker. I have a story about this actually. We started this free agent team in Calgary one summer, and basically anyone like we did kind of the draft style, but we did it for all the free agents, and then we made free agent teams in divisions. And even one, oddly enough, even one of those free agent teams, it had those on the bench boys on it. They played
Okay.
with it. I didn't get to play with them, but they were a good team. They were called they. We gave them like animal jerseys, and they were gorillas, and they called themselves Apes Hit. So ape shit. But anyway, they were really good. But anyway, so our team was the Cows. So we were one of the lower teams, obviously. But we had this goalie name. I don't want to say his name.
Yeah, don't say the name.
Great dude. Incredible dude, as a matter of fact. Really great guy. He obviously paid to play. And the team stayed together after a couple seasons. But the first season, like he came into the dressing room for the first time, and he had his hockey helmet, and it had all these stickers all over it. All of these. And we're just like, holy shit. We're like, hey, bud. Almost said his name there. Whew. What are those stickers for? And he's like, shutouts. And we're like, oh, fuck, bud. Like, this guy is just shutting people fucking out. Let's fucking go. We got ourselves a fucking goalie. After the first game, I realized instead of shutouts, it was probably for each save he ever made in his entire life, which is not many. And like, basically, like I remember the first period, we were down 11-1. And you're just like, what do you do? Right.
Right.
But it's a free agent team. Like he paid to play. Right. And he was keen. He was always there. He was a goalie. He always showed up. And it was a bad season. I wish I could pull this season up, but I think it went in the archives and I can't see it. It was bad. And it was a summer season. So it was only 15 games. Oh, it was a long 15 games though, bud.
Yeah.
But all the guys were like, hey, we want to come back for the winter. We like the squad, right? But can we get rid of the goalie? But no one would say it.
Right.
Like that. So he paid. And winter season's 30 games. After 5 or 6 games, the boys started grumbling, bud. And like, I'm working for the league. I can't kick someone off. Like that's not me, right?
Yeah.
But I'm the de facto captain of the team because I work for the league. And so basically they come, like a group of guys come to me for him, said, hey, here's the deal. We want this goalie gone. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, he's like, well, send him to the lower division. We're in Div 10. There's 13 divisions. I was like, okay, but I can't do that. Like you guys are, and they're like, well, we don't want to do that. I'm like, and plus what happens if we don't have a goalie? Like he's still a goalie, he shows up. And if we don't have a goalie in this league, we have to forfeit. Right. Yeah. And if we forfeit, we have to give the other team games, right? That's
another
just
game for another ice time. Yeah.
And like, we got a goalie. I'm like, okay, but our goalie pays right now. So is your goalie going to buy him out? Oh yeah. No problem. All right. So I go to this goalie, I say, hey, here's the deal, buddy. Obviously you see the scores. Like this isn't a surprise to you. And it's not a indication of how I feel about you as a human being. You just don't fit.
You just suck at goal
in this division. And I probably did say that because this was in my, everyone thought I hated goalies era. This is in my anti-goalie era. But I just said, I think it would be better if we found you another team. And he's like, okay, I get it. I want to play here, but can you help me find another team? And I'm like, oh yeah. Okay. He's like, but what about my money? I was like, okay, well, we got another goalie that's going to pay. So we'll pay you whenever. He's like, well, I would feel much better if you just paid, like, sent me an e-transfer now. And then we can, and so I was like, okay, cool. Cause I believed in these other guys.
Yeah.
So we got the goalie removed. The other goalie didn't want to pay.
Ooh.
So here I am out this guy's league fee.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so fucking pissed. But I did find this guy. I found this guy another team. I said, hey, goalie, why don't you go through the beginner program and then you'll have a team and you guys will play with other like legit beginners. And it seemed that I know when I left, like it had been 3 years and he was still playing with them. So it all worked out, but I'm still want that fucking money, bud. I still need that money.
That's exactly why I don't captain teams. Cause I'm not dealing with that.
But for me, like you just pay in, and I get it, being a captain sucks, right? But you know what I'm saying? But yeah. So all right, here's another one. 3-minute regular shifts. The record this year for this guy is 4 minutes and 21 seconds. Taking other dudes' ice time and not thinking about ice time management or the team, it's not good. He's not that good at all. He's lethargic out on the ice with coast mode set. So, okay.
I get that.
Not a guy on my team, but we used an app for a sub goalie. Guy needed a ride to the arena. Once they picked him up, he asked to stop at a convenience store for smokes and a Monster drink. Once they got to the rink, we were already warming up for 10 minutes. He decides to have a smoke before getting dressed. We started the game 25 minutes late, and he kept his can of Monster on the net.
Hell yeah. I fucking love this goalie. This is a goalie that I would put on my team for sure. I just want to hear the stories.
Yeah, this is Benoit. Let us know who that goalie is. I'm going to message to him right now.
Yeah.
What is this goalie's name?
Does he live near Nashville? Because I'll give him a ride every week.
Where? We did a sub goalie one time. We didn't use the service, but we found a goalie that would come help us out because our goalie had to bail, and the guy showed up and demanded that we pay him the sub goalie fee or he wouldn't go on the ice. That's insane, bud. Yeah, because we didn't use the service. He's like, well, I know the rules. If you don't have me, you have to forfeit this game and the next one. So what's better, losing 2 games or giving me $50?
We would have been like, pull up a chair and watch us forfeit this game.
Well, here's the deal. That was when I became my crusade against goalie rentals, but my crusades never really actually do anything other than just pissing off a couple select peoples. But I took a goalie crusade, and I will never use one of those services. And if you use one, you're silly for doing it. Maybe it's changed in the past, but for me, I always thought goalies should pay their fair share. Not against goalies by any means, but we're all adults. We're all men. We're all 40. Okay, there's women too. I don't think I should have to give you hockey welfare and pay for you to play. That's all I think. That's all I think. So, not hating. It's been a few years, but I played on a team where the captain of the team was an older guy. He wasn't that good and played entirely too hard for his ability and skill level. He was giving me major anxiety every game. I just didn't want him to hurt himself seriously. I stopped playing with him, and last I heard, he wasn't playing because it finally happened. He obliterated his shoulder. I talked to him a few times about calming down, and it's not the Stanley Cup Finals, but he never changed. Always just said that's the only way he knows how to play. So he's not a dickhead, just seemingly refused to look out for himself out there.
So I find that lots of captains are generally the worst player on their team.
Here.
It's how it works a lot of times. And I agree that the people that scare me the most are the ones that play faster than their ability. There's always that one guy who's skating 1,000,000 miles per hour, but you can just tell he's like one wrong move away from just crashing out and killing everyone in his path.
From dying? Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, I did start a team, my very first team, because I thought I was so bad no one want me on their team. So I was like, if I'm the captain, no one can kick me off. So I get that sentiment now. Sure. But it's a lot of fucking work, bud. Like it's so like just chasing people all the time. That's why no one cares
that's why no one cares generally that the captain is so shitty.
Yeah, because he's doing
whatever,
all
he does all the work.
Exactly. And look at even our chatter. We had a goalie sub for us on Tuesday night, and his jersey nameplate was eBug for hire. Like and listen, hey, get your money while you can.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
get your money, but you're not going to get it from me.
I've been contemplating playing goalie here recently
for hire. I would literally pay you to come play for my team. Like I would pay. Well, what's good for you is like Frank probably has 10 sets of equipment.
Yeah, but he's 6'2" and I'm 5'8".
Yeah, that's true. You're gonna have to invest.
Yeah.
But are you gonna be serious about it?
Well, I don't know. It depends on how it feels once I get out there.
Like if we got you like BLPA goalie pads, like with a big BLPA, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I do have some, like I have some stuff. Well, you could probably use Frank's like shoulder pads.
I could probably use everything except for his leg pads, like
Yeah,
because
and
they're huge. They'd come up to my nipples.
yeah, for sure. I mean, you're gonna have to get your own cup because Frank doesn't have huge balls.
Yeah,
That's
I
not.
need the extra large.
You need extra large for sure. You know what would give Frank bigger balls? If he signed
Who?
up for our VIP package for sure. Because hey, we're only 27 people away from the VIP numbers to do a free decks where we
Okay.
just give because we need 100, right?
Okay.
Once we get 100, we're gonna plan it for the summer, and then we're gonna draw 56 players to come play for free. So just think about this: it's $50 a month. So in a year, you're spending $600. A dex is $449. So you have a 50% chance of getting all of your money back
Yeah.
for that year.
So
All right. That's
do
money
it.
lining. That's money lining
Yeah,
right there, bud. That's
right.
fucking money lining. And as you can see, we did not talk about money lining this week because we're on a break.
We're on a little hiatus from money.
I don't know if we're on a break or if we're just out of money, but one
It's a
of
little bit of
those,
both.
yeah, but one of those is the truth. So, it's a 55. You got a hard stop. Do you got to get out?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll see you later. I'll sign off for everyone. Say bye to everyone.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
All right. That's Jason. Jason's out of here. See you later, buddy. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. I mean, I do like talking by myself. I could do it all fucking day. I could do it all day. I could bring the topics, but I need interaction. That's why I have Jason and all those people. But nonetheless, come to our tournaments. We need you. We need you. We need you. We need you. Subscribe, be a VIP subscriber. Follow our Twitch. Hey, even if you just have Amazon Prime and you don't want to do anything with Twitch, come on and just hit the subscribe, like connect your account to your Amazon Prime, subscribe. It costs you $0, zero buckaroos, and you can subscribe. You have to do it on a desktop. Go to twitch.tv/the BLPA, and it'll walk you through it. I can send you some. If you have problems, just send me a message. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. Next Thanksgiving, we'll probably do one early in the week next Thanksgiving. Hopefully we'll get that Scott Darling interview on for you. Get him on, joke him with us. And outside of that, guys, you guys are great. Love you guys. I love that you're supporting everything that we're doing. Be good or be good at it.